Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. In today's video I thought that I would do something a little bit fun and do the full face of my most expensive makeup products. I did accidentally leave a few products out, although I am very happy with the outcome. I've seen this video be done by a lot of YouTubers and thought that it would be really fun to go through my own collection and see what look I could come up with my most expensive items. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video, and if there's anything else that you would like to see, feel free to let me know. Okay, so to start off, I'm going to prime my face with the KIKO City Filter Primer. It's not really high end, but it is the most expensive primer I have, and I thought I would still just stay true to the challenge. I absolutely love this primer because it has SPF 50 in it, and it also smells really good, so definitely it was worth the money. Okay, and as you all know, I do like to start off with my brows first. So I'm just going to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Taupe. Now to carve out my eyebrows, I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. This is in the shade Fair Neutral. I'm just going to take that on a flat-headed brush and just carve these bad boys out. Okay, and now I'm just going to set under the brow with a highlighter, and for that I'm going to use the highlighter from the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. This one right here. And for that I'm using just another type of flat-headed brush. And I'm just going to pat, 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 pat. This palette's probably one of my favourite palettes that I own, just because it smells so good. It smells kind of like chocolate. It just smells so nice. And every day that I was in Australia, I used this palette. It just reminds me of my holidays, so it's also nice. Does anybody else get that? Like, certain smells remind you of certain things? Like, I'll just be walking down the street and I would like smell someone's perfume and it would remind me of somebody else. Or like a time that I went somewhere. Okay, so now onto my eyes. I'm going to go back in with that concealer, and I'm just gonna pat that into my lid as a nice base. Okay, so now that we have our base on our eyes, I'm going to go in with the Kat Von D Star Studded palette, and today I'm just going to use the bottom four here, just because they're quite neutral. I don't really want to go for a look that's quite out there today, but I'm going to take the lightest out of those four shades. It is called Malls, and I'm going to use that as my first little transition shade, so I'm just going to work that into my crease. Normally with my first transition shades, I like to bring them quite close to the brow bone to kind of blend it in with my highlight colour, just because I feel like that makes everything look a little bit more natural. And I find that this shade is perfect as a transition shade because it's just a few shades darker than my natural skin tone. Okay, and the next shade I'm going to use is this one. It is called Heaven Knows, and I'm just going to deepen my crease a little bit more with that shade. Nothing too drastic. Okay, hello, my camera died, but I am back. So all I did was just finish up this eye, and I will walk you through what I did on this one. I'm just going to go in with our second transition shade on a fluffy blending brush and sweep that along my lower lash line to add some depth to the eye. I find that this tends to make our eye a little bit bigger. And then on our flat-headed brush, I'm taking the third shade we used, Leather, and I'm gonna run that along closer to the lash line. And I find that if you have blue eyes, brown will really make them pop. I like to use the darker browns closer to the eye. Okay, and then for the liner that you see here, I went in with my NYX Epic Ink liner, which is a really good dupe for the Kat Von D Trooper liner, by the way. I accidentally ran out of my Trooper liner and just didn't have enough to buy a new one to replenish it, so I got this one. And then we're taking our flat-headed brush again, and we're gonna smudge that. I find that the smudge liner makes it look a little bit more grungy. And then after that I just went in with my mascara, so I'm using my Benefit They're Real mascara. I'm not too sure how I feel about this mascara. I haven't used it in a long time because when I did used to use it, I felt like I couldn't get it off my eyelashes and that it kind of pulled some out. I don't know, but it seems to be going on okay today. It's a bit clumpy though, but it's definitely thickening. I don't think it's that lengthening because the brushes it doesn't really hold on to your lashes long enough for it to get to the tips. So like if you have curly eyelashes, this is definitely not great. But it does curl them and it does thicken them, so they do look quite dramatic. So it definitely does live up to its name and create a bit of a false eyelash illusion. Okay, and now that I've finished my eyes, I'm going to go in with my Estée Lauder Double Wear. I'm not sure what shade this is. I literally have a sample, but it is expensive and it's more expensive than the rest of my foundation, so I thought I would just use it anyway. I've heard so many people rant and rave about this foundation, but it's about 40 quid, so I didn't want to invest and then be really disappointed. Wow. That is really nice. Kind of has a bit of like a chemically smell, like the kind of smell that most foundations would have. I don't really use that smell anymore because I normally use like Bourjois or something that has a bit of perfume to it. One thing I will say about this foundation is that it's quite shiny and it's clinging to my drier areas in my face. I mean, it has really good coverage, but it's clinging and looks a wee bit cakey. Although the coverage on this is amazing. I mean, my face is all broken out around my cheeks and it was violently red. I haven't used a colour corrector or anything and it's pretty much covered that up. Moving on, I'm going to use the Urban Decay concealer again. Just gonna put that in triangles, down my nose, forehead. Okay, so now that I've had a concealer, I'm actually in love with this foundation. It looks flawless, in my opinion anyway, except on the nose. On the nose it is still kind of gathering to, I have like drier kind of bumps, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know, I think it's like a part of my eczema psoriasis thing. And then for powder, I'm using the Kat Von D Lock-It Powder Foundation, and this one is in the shade Light, and as you can tell, I use this a lot. This is probably my favourite powder. It's light enough for me, sets everything really matte. And if you do watch a lot of my videos or even follow my Instagram, you would know that I do use a lot of Kat Von D products. I have loved her since I was an 11-year-old emo, and when she came out with her own makeup line I almost died. But it is really expensive, so that's more of like a Christmas present thing. I'm really liking the finish. Like, I haven't even put highlighter on my cheeks there and it's still kind of dewy. I don't know. My skin definitely looks a bit flawless. Okay, so for bronzer I'm gonna go in with my MAC Dark Deepest Mineralized Skin Finish, and I tend to use an angled brush whenever I bronze slash contour. The difference that a bit of bronzer can make. Okay, and now that I have bronzed, I'm going to finish my base with some highlight, and for that I'm using my Luminizer Sisters palette from the BAM, and I'm going to use Mary Luminizer. Remember, everyone used to be completely obsessed with this highlighter for such a long time. It was like a cult classic, and I do still absolutely adore this highlight. I love this highlight. It looks so natural and just, it's my favourite. And then for lips, I'm going to line my lips using the KIKO Intense Colour Lip Liner. I mean, again, this is more drugstore, but it is, like, I don't really have many lip liners, so it is the most expensive one that I own. The one thing I must say about this foundation is that unless you have a completely bald upper lip, you're gonna look like you have a mustache regardless of how light your hair is. So I do have naturally blonde hair, so I would have really light hair there, so I wouldn't have to do much to it, but that foundation has just clung to it, so it's just so noticeable now. So I would recommend, if you're going to use Estée Lauder Double Wear, to shave your stash. Unless you like that. I mean, if you want like that smooth application without anything clinging to it, that would be my recommendation. Okay, and then for my full lip colour, I'm just going to go in with the Kat Von D Studded Kiss lipstick in the shade Hexagram. Okay, so this is the finished product. I hope you like the look that I came up with, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. All links to the items that are not discontinued will be in the description down below. And yeah, if there's anything else that you would like to see on the channel, please feel free to let me know, and make sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.